Hello, my courageous Cancer, and welcome to your weekend and weekly energy reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't checked out the other readings on my channel, please do so. If you do enjoy this, please do like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, all that other great stuff. I plan to put up love readings very soon, and hopefully you will enjoy those as well. But without further ado, let's get right into it and see what you've got going on for this weekend and going into next week, okay? All right, whew, starting off with a tough one. 10 of Swords. So it does look like you've been stabbed in the back recently, okay? And if you haven't already, eyes open, okay? Keep your back to a wall, okay? Because somebody is looking to stab you in the back, plotting to stab you in the back. But for those of you who have already been stabbed in the back, somebody's done something dirty to you recently, okay? It does look like maybe you are coming through that, trying to deal with that. And I do feel like it's something financial, okay? Because I see here that you are holding tight to coin with the Four of Coins, Pentacles rather, sorry about that. So I do feel like somebody has stabbed you in the back in a financial sense, okay? Or if they haven't yet, keep your eyes open. Somebody is going to be trying to pull some trickery on you in a financial sense, okay? So if you're starting to get financial offers, if people are trying to get you to invest in things, if they're trying to get you to, sign up for certain things, if they're trying to get you to donate or volunteer or, loan them money, right now is not a good time, okay? I would just really advise that you guard against that, okay? Friends, family, anybody at this particular point, because I do feel like we don't get stabbed in the back typically by strangers, right? When we're feeling stabbed in the back, particularly the scars that we wear, those wounds, are because it's somebody that we care about. It's somebody that we know, most likely. So that's what makes me believe that it's somebody that you already have an affiliation with. It's somebody that you already know. It's somebody that may want to, borrow money from you, maybe offering to invest with you, go into a partnership with you, try to get you to invest in them, things like that, scheme with you, they're pulling a scheme on you rather, that kind of thing. But again, I would recommend highly you need to hold tight to your coin, okay? Specifically right now. And of course, it is the holiday season. We're going into that. Now is the time for huge schemers, right? Of course. And so this doesn't necessarily have to be somebody you know, but I do get a feeling that it could have something to do with that. But again, it's the time to keep your eyes and ears open for that kind of thing, because I definitely feel like you are going to run into some trouble with somebody who will stab you in the back. So if there's something where somebody can get a hold of your credit card information, your money, your income, your financial, information, be careful where you're throwing your stuff. If you're throwing it in the garbage, be careful, where you're throwing any of your financial documentation, anything like that. If you've got people that, heaven forbid, friends or family members that you don't necessarily trust, and they're going to be coming around for the holidays. Maybe you're not used to having them around, but lo and behold, for holiday season, they're in and out, they're coming around. Now you might want to make sure that you are holding tight to any of your financial information, your coins, your money, that kind of stuff, because I do feel like somebody is going to try to pull a fast one on you, okay? Just to be transparently clear, okay? And you're going to be at a point where you're going to have to make a decision, and I feel like you already know what that decision would be. I feel like you kind of in your mind already can imagine who might do this. If it's not already been done to you, you're kind of thinking, okay, I can see who would be the most likely culprit, right? You're probably already thinking of that, and you kind of know what you would want to do, right? There's decisions like, oh, okay, what would I do? What should I do? But the bottom line is, I think most of us know if we were to get ourselves in a financial pickle because somebody did something to us, somebody stabbed us in the back, something like this happened. What is our get out of jail plan? What is our recourse? What is our, next step? How would we, thwart that? What would we do, right? And I think you've already kind of, thought that through. After hearing this, probably you've already got somebody in mind that you could probably think of, okay, that's the person who's been kind of trying to sell me on a plan. That's the person who's kind of been trying to get me to invest. Or this person's been coming around and visiting for the holidays all of a sudden and kind of hinting at they need some help with some funds, loan them some money to buy their kids gifts, but I'll never see that again. These kinds of things may be coming up in your mind, right? But I think this is telling me that you need to put in place kind of already what the lay of the land plan would be should this occur, what you would need to do, okay, to kind of keep it from happening. So while you're holding tight to that coin, holding tight to that financial information, not allowing these people access to your stuff, not lending to friends and family, because I don't think that's a good idea for you specifically at this time, okay? I think that you also need to have a plan in place of how to deliver that, right? So kind of what you want to do to kind of address the situation to keep it, you know, in a place where you still are feeling in a professional kind of way, right? You don't want to cause upheaval at the family time at Christmas. You don't want to cause upheaval with your friends or a job or Hanukkah or whatever your, you know, specific holiday may be, you know, whatever it is. You know, it's not that, you just don't want to have any sort of, you know, conflict, right? So put a plan into place in case this does happen to you, where you feel like someone is stabbing you in the back, attempting to stab you in the back, you see it coming, what you can do to kind of address it, okay? That's the best thing for you, because I definitely feel like that is something that's going to come up, and your best, you know, your best course of action is always going to be prevention. But, you know, how to prevent things is a little bit more difficult. You know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's an old adage that we've all heard a million times, and it rings true. Obviously, that's why it's run down through the ages. But, you know, a lot of times it's easier said than done. You don't want to upset people by saying, no, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm not going to invest in that. No, I'm not going to do this. You don't want to give them the feeling that you don't trust them or this or that. So it takes tact and grace and certain things. So that's where this idea of, okay, I know my decision, but it's how to kind of survey it and relay it in a way that's not going to cause shaky foundation, right? So that's going to be, you know, what you want to be able to do. So let's see what our challenge card's going to be. Okay, so it is the 8 of Swords, and that's letting me know that, again, you are feeling bound. You're feeling tied to this, okay? And again, I feel like this is something where it's your personal feelings of being tied. You feel like you're bound to this person or, you know, family member, friend, whomever it may be. I think a lot of this is your own personal feeling that you feel kind of stuck. You don't want to tell them no. You don't want to refuse certain things. You know, you feel like holding on to your coins, not giving them to people. You feel like, okay, people are going to look at me and say, oh, I'm being greedy. I'm being selfish. I'm not being nice, you know, because they may be coming to you with a great sob story, right? It could be family members saying, oh, I need this money, borrow money for my rent, my kids' Christmas or Hanukkah, or, you know, whatever holiday, you know, they celebrate, or whatever it may be. You know, it could be any of those kinds of things, right? And you don't want to, you feel like, oh, I don't want to be that person. But that's your biggest challenge, is overcoming that. But the bottom line is you've got to remember why you're doing this, okay? You're doing this because this person's intentions are not pure, okay? If they're asking you to invest in something, they're asking you to invest in something knowing that they're going to try to do it for their personal gain, not yours, okay? If they're asking you to loan them something, they are not, you know, they're doing it for the wrong reasons, okay? If they're giving you a certain reason, they may be giving you that reason, but that may not be the reason they're actually going to use it, okay? Or they may be taking that and saying, okay, that's what I'm going to use it for, but you're never going to see it again, even though I'm promising, you know, those kinds of things. So remember that you are doing it for the right reason. You just have to be able to relay it, okay? So that it's still smooth and you know, kind of, if you have to explain it, that's fine, if that makes you feel better, but I don't think you should have to explain yourself to anybody, okay? It's your money, it's your decision, it's your choice. You know why you're doing it, okay? And you're doing it for sound reasons. But if it's because you feel so guilty, or, you know, you feel obligated, or whatever reason it may be that's making you personally feel like you really have to do this, you're so bound up by this decision, I can't say no, I can't, you know, you're that kind of person. You know, I think the thing is, just explain to whomever, be honest with whomever, or, you know, whatever is going to give you the path of least resistance and the most resolution to make yourself feel okay with this, okay? But truly, stay firm in this, because I do feel like it is going to end out poorly for you if you don't. You will be stabbed in the back, okay? So let's go ahead and pull a psychic deck card on this Ten of Swords and see what we've got going on here. So, you know, you may already have people that are like, hey, you know, we need you to invest in this or do that or donate to this or, you know, certain things. And you're kind of like, this seems a little odd or sketchy or shady or whatever. And if you are already feeling that way, then here's your sign. Conflict and defeat, okay? Conflict and defeat with this. This is telling me exactly everything you need to know. That if you let this go through, if you involve yourself in this, if you allow yourself to succumb to this, okay, whatever this is, it's going to cause conflict and defeat, okay? You are going to be stabbed in the back. You are going to probably lose funds. You are going to probably cause, you know, it's going to cause conflict for you financially. I definitely see that with it being, you know, something where it's financially related, I believe. And you will feel the defeat of that, okay? Because it's going to be more than just, I do believe it's going to be more than just the fact that it's the financial portion of it that you feel defeated on. Again, I feel by being stabbed in the back, that is going to feel like a double whammy, right? It's like, not only did you get hit in the pocketbook, but kind of really hurt you. You were trying to do something good, right? You were trying to help somebody and they're going to do you this way, right? So just don't put yourself in that situation, okay? It's telling you, the psychic deck here is telling you this is going to end out poorly if you allow it to happen, okay? So let's get the Moon deck here and pull this on the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. And again, I feel like you're your own worst enemy here, and not in a bad way, in the way that you are just a kind person. You want to help people. You want to do things. You want to, you know, oblige people, you do, but sometimes you have to say no for everybody's best interest. So let's see what we got here. Self-reflection. And again, I think this is something that it's telling you. If you want to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, okay, and say, I am happy with the decision I made. I am comfortable and confident with it. That is the best thing you can do. Look in the mirror and say, is this something I'm going to be happy with? Is this something I'm going to be confident with? Because if not, then, you know, if you're not confident with getting stabbed in the back, if you're not confident with knowing that somebody may screw you over, bottom line, then, you know, this is not what you want, right? You want a reflection of yourself that you can be proud of, right? And you don't want somebody to take advantage of you. And this is telling you that, okay? Somebody is looking at you and saying, okay, I can take this person for a ride, and you just don't want that, right? So it's telling you, take a look at yourself. You're bound up, you're pent up by this. I understand that, but you know, free yourself to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, listen, it's okay to say no, because I want to be able to be conflict-free, defeat-free, and not have to be tied to somebody who's going to stab me in the back, treat me poorly, financially screw me over, emotionally and mentally hurt me, hurt my feelings, those kinds of things. This is what you want, okay? And how to do it here, I think, is the big key, because for you, that's something that's going to weigh heavily, I think, because of the fact that you are so, you know, this Eight of Swords is telling me that you are so resistant to, you know, letting people down, saying no, telling people, you're kind of one of those people. What if they really do need it though? What if I'm telling somebody no and they're really genuine, and but you really need to stand firm in knowing that they're not. In this particular case, and especially if you're getting any gut feeling that they may not be, if you're questioning it, that should be your answer. So let's get a general advice card here and then close you out. Let's see what we've got here. So it's all in divine order. Allow. How can you relax into the flow and go with the current of life? And again, I think this is exactly what you need to do, okay? Like I said, I think if you know, right here, you have all the information that you know, and again, if you feel it, if you feel like you're asking the question, does this seem like it's not right? Does this seem like somebody I may be, not 100% trusting in? Is this possible that this is the one that might stab me in the back? If this is somebody that was the first thought when you saw this card, the first thought, that might be the one, then you already knew the answer. Your gut, the vibrations that you had were already telling you. So just go with the flow of what you already know, okay? And whatever comes with you to you organically as to how to handle the situation, that's what you need to do. And that's how you're going to be unbound. Just do what is organic for you to tell them, listen, I'm not okay with this. I don't accept this. I don't want to be a part of this. While I understand your plight, while I understand whatever, I don't want to get involved, okay? I don't feel comfortable with that. Whatever it is that's going to make you feel comfortable, let it flow organically, okay? You don't have to make it so straining, stressful. It doesn't have to pend you up so much that you're creating your own stress on this, because honestly, you already know how you feel. Let your gut kind of be your guide in this, and just go with the flow, and that'll kind of give you what you need to do. I don't feel like this is the right decision for me at this time. I can't afford it at this time. I can't afford to lose this at this time. I don't appreciate, being put in this position at this time, whatever it may be, okay? But do what is best for you, because I definitely feel like if you don't, not only will you be financially, in conflict and defeat here, but I think it's gonna hurt your feelings emotionally too, and it's gonna hurt your pride. I mean, who wouldn't if they feel like they're doing the best for somebody and then bam, they're getting treated like crap over it, right? So hopefully this will, kind of save you in the long run. Hopefully this is helpful. Happy time this holiday season. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for your love readings. So I hope to see you soon. Bye.